I'm here this evening with Ken Brown, author of The System versus the Law, his memoir of his life struggle against the justice system and his victory in the pursuit of regaining everything that he had once lost. How are you this evening, Ken?
I'm fine.
Good. Tell us a little bit about your life prior to your incarceration.
Prior to my incarceration, life was good. You know, I was enjoying it. I had my own business, had family. I had love. I had it all. At least I thought I had it all. But I was sadly mistaken. There was a lot that was missing. And primarily, I wasn't happy. And as a result, that unhappiness spread like a cancer, and it turned out to ruin not only my life, but the life of my family structure.
If you had to identify one thing that you feel led up to your life coming to that point of just what you described as a cancer that led to your unhappiness, what would be that one factor that you feel led up to that, or what was feeding the disease?
Allowing past baggage to come into a present situation. Experiences in my life that had happened previously, I should have left them in the past. But I didn't do that. I allowed that baggage to come with me into a new situation, and it turned a new situation into an old situation. And as a result, as I said, my family came apart at the seams.
In your book, you describe episodes of drug addiction beginning in Vietnam and actually leading all the way up into your incarceration. Tell us a little bit about what that period of time in your life was like.
Well, actually, the addiction wasn't in Vietnam. From Vietnam on, I was basically a weekend warrior. It wasn't until my life started coming apart that I fell prey to drugs, thinking that it was making things better. But drugs don't make things better. You know, it camouflages it, but not only don't the problems go away, they get worse while you're high. And so as the problem increased and grew, my quantity and frequency increased as well. And before I knew what hit me, I was addicted.
Was it the addiction then that ultimately led to your incarceration?
I thought that at one point, I thought that my addiction had caused me to take my eye off the prize. It wasn't until I got it all together that I realized that the business I was in leads to incarceration, okay, whether you're addicted or not. Okay, if you're involved in the drug community, you're going to jail. But that took some time for me to come to that realization. Initially, I blamed it on the drugs, but I was fooling myself.
So was that the reason that you were actually incarcerated? The drug use, being in the business of drugs in the community?
Technically, yes. And because when I was arrested and there were drugs involved, but the drugs was thrown out because they were illegally obtained by the district attorney and the police. And so they went from that charge to a charge of arson and assault, which were two crimes I didn't commit.
Okay, so you were wrongfully convicted?
Right. Yes, I was. Of two crimes. Not one, but two. And I served time for both of them.
How long were you incarcerated?
Actually 10 years, but only 9 in reality because I earned a year good time. So basically, I was behind bars for 9 years.
How does it happen that you can serve a 10-year sentence for something that you basically never did?
Actually, I'm not supposed to get out until 2015. I was sentenced to 20 years. Okay, but each year, once I got my act together, I got a job in the law library, and I started familiarizing myself and teaching myself how the system and how the legal system works. And once I did that, I was able to assist an appeals attorney in going back to the Court of Appeals. And I went to the Court of Appeals 9 times, and it wasn't until we got to federal court that the judge finally said this case should have never come to trial.
So your case was completely overturned?
No, he just let me out. He said that enough is enough. It's time for me to go home.
Okay.